Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to tell you about how you can find an apartment in Dubai. If you're here for the first time, my name is Mary, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to watch my videos. So to get an apartment in Dubai, you can use many apps or websites to check. You can use Dubizzle, you can use Property Finder, you can use Beirut. They all have many good apartments advertised on their site, and when you see the apartments that you like, the next thing you need to do is call them and book for viewing. While you're viewing the apartment, there are things that you need to look out for. You have to check if the building has their own parking. Yes, there are many buildings that do not have parking, and there are many buildings who have parking, but the parking is not included in your rent. So after you must have rented the place, then you need to pay for parking separately. So this is one of the things that you need to look out for. The second thing you need to look out for while viewing the apartment is ask them if the building is a chiller free building. A chiller free building means that you do not have to pay for your AC. You would only pay for electricity and water. But if the building is not chiller free, then you have to pay for everything, and electricity bill is very expensive. Unfortunately, when I was looking for my own apartment, I didn't know what was a chiller free building, and I didn't check, so I ended up in a building that is not chiller free, and the bill is not cheap. When you view the apartment, you check if it is furnished or if it is not furnished. It depends on what you want. If you want it furnished, then you could have searched for a furnished apartment in the beginning. But if you do not mind, then you can get furnitures from Dubizzle if you're renting for the first time. But if you're moving from one place to another, then it means you already have your furnitures. But if you're renting for the first time, you can use Dubizzle to get a lot of used furnitures. Even new furnitures are also available on Dubizzle. And you can also go to home centers. There are many home center shops like IKEA and others where you can get any kind of furniture that you want. And one thing you also need to look out for when you are viewing the apartment, you have to ask them if they need you to pay a commission or agent fee. Yeah, they call it either commission or agent fee. It is around 5% of your total rent. Most buildings do not need you to pay commission, while some other buildings they need you to pay. So you have to ask about this, and then you have to negotiate. In some buildings you can negotiate that commission, and you can also negotiate the rent that was advertised. Yes, even if they advertised a certain amount of rent online, you can still negotiate the rent. And then you also need to ask how many checks they need you to write for them, because in Dubai you do not pay your rent in cash. You have to give them a post-dated check, so that every time the rent is due, they go to your account and they withdraw the money. You do not have to keep all of that money in your account at once. You just need to ensure that when the rent is due, you would need to go deposit that amount in your account, so that when the real estate agents go to your account to cash the check, then the money is sitting there waiting for them. That number of check can be negotiated. In some buildings, you can be required to give 4 checks. In some buildings you can give 6 checks, and I have seen some building where they accept 12 checks, meaning that you would be paying your rent every month. So that's also negotiable. So you have to try to negotiate the number of check, you negotiate the commission, you negotiate the rent. Everything is negotiable. It depends on you. After you come to an agreement on the number of check and the rent and the commission, and then you decide that you want to take the apartment, then the next thing you have to do is the legal work. Some real estate agents will help you with the legal work. They will go to the government office to pay and register for you to get your house contract. But if they don't, then you have to go by yourself. You pay and you register to get your house contract. That's also called a jari. With this house contract, you can do many things in Dubai. There are so many things you want to do that requires you to submit a jari, which is the house contract. So this is a very important step in the renting procedure. You have to make sure that all the legal work is done, and then you get your house contract. After you get your house contract, the next contract that you need to get is the water and electricity contract. You have to go to the office and you pay, you register, and you get a 2 years contract. You have to pay deposit. You have to pay a certain amount of deposit depending on the number of bedrooms in your house. If it is a 1 bedroom, I think you need to pay 1,000 deposit. If it is a 2 bedroom, then you pay 2,000 dirhams deposit, and then they will come to your house and connect the electricity for you and also switch on the water for you. And then the next contract that you need to get is the Wi-Fi contract. So there are 2 internet providers in UAE, which is Doo and Etisalat. So you choose one of them and you get the contract done. Then they will come to your house and fix the internet for you. They will also give you a landline phone, which you will use as your home phone, and this phone is free. The phone calls from this phone is free when you're calling another landline. You only pay when you're calling a mobile phone. And then the next thing you need to do is to furnish the house. If you're moving from one house to another, then you wouldn't need to buy new furnitures. But if you're renting for the first time, then you definitely need to buy new furnitures. And you can get furnitures from any home center. You can get from IKEA, and if you want to get them online, it's very affordable on Dubizzle. You can get either fairly used furnitures, or you can get new items all on Dubizzle, or you can get them offline, however you want to get them. And then there are many people who are offering the services of a mover. So they come to your house, they do all the packing. If you're moving from one place to another, they do all the packing and they take all your things to the new house. And if you want them to arrange it for you, then they can do all of that for you. Otherwise, you can just move your things by yourself, and you call a truck to move your things from one place to another. If you're still watching the video up until this time, this is me saying thank you so much for watching till the end. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you find value, and please share to others so that they benefit from the video also.
Why is your face like that?